the movement in the direction of becoming is really the problem, because it is that creates and tells you that this is me and I want to be something like that. It doesn't matter whether you want to be a billionaire, which you consider is a materialistic goal, or to be an enlightened man or a god man or whatever is your particular fancy. Both are exactly the same. The society, culture may consider one superior to the other, but basically and essentially, both the movements in the direction of becoming something other than what you are is the one that is creating all the problems.
The culture, the society, or whatever you want to call it, you see, I want to use the word, for want of a more adequate expression, the world mind. You see, the world mind means the totality of man's experiences, thoughts, and feelings. And that is passed on from generation to generation. And I maintain, I have no way I can, you see, make this definitive statement that it is also transmitted from generation to generation through the genes. But the world mind I am talking about has created you and me for the sole purpose and main purpose of maintaining its status quo. That's all it is interested in. So without the use of that knowledge, the world mind, you have no way of experiencing your separateness from that, and the very fact that you are alive is also cannot be experienced without the help of that. Your existence as you know yourself, as you experience yourself, is possible only through the help of that. Just the way I have to feed myself to have energy to keep this physical body going, you have to use that, the world mind, to maintain your continuity as, you see, a separate entity. I don't have any thought which I can call my own.
Well, see, for me...
So since I don't have any thoughts which I can call my own, I don't have any experiences which I can call my own. I'm just, you see, a tape recorder. Whatever is put in there comes out. It's a computer. You see, the problems you want to discuss. You have the solutions. I don't see any problem there. What is the problem I am asking you? I don't see any problem there. And you have solutions, and no time you are ready to accept the hard reality that they are not the solutions for the problem. So you are going here, there, and everywhere, finding out, you see, whether there is anybody who can offer me another solution. So in exactly the same way, you see, you want another answer for your question. Why you are not satisfied with all the answers you have? Why you are still asking the questions? You have the answer, so I don't want, you see, to participate in this question and answer ritual.
So you're saying
I have no answers at all.
From an early age, Yu-Ji was obsessed by two questions. What is enlightenment, and how can I achieve it? After having tried in all possible ways to get an answer to his questions, at the age of 49, he suddenly understood that it was his searching for an answer that kept him from reaching his goal. In this period of his life, he went through a physical transformation that brought about a radical change in his consciousness. It was then that he, as he calls it himself, entered into the natural state. In one of his books, Yu-Ji describes the natural state in the following way. This state is a state of not knowing. You really don't know what you are looking at. I may look at the clock on the wall for half an hour. Still I do not read the time. I don't know it is a clock. All there is inside is wonderment. What is this that I am looking at? Not that the question actually phrases itself like that in words. The whole of my being is like a single big question mark. It is a state of wonder, of wondering, because I just do not know what I am looking at. The knowledge about it, all that I have learned, is held in the background unless there is a demand. If you ask the time, I will say, it's 3:15, or whatever. It comes quickly, like an arrow. Then I am back in the state of not knowing, of wonder.
And surprisingly, you see, I find that more and more people in the West are getting interested in this kind of a thing. That's why they are importing all kinds of things from India, from Japan, from everywhere, because you have everything that you can reasonably ask for. You see, I always maintain and insist on repeating time and again that what has not helped those countries like India and other Asiatic countries is not going to help anybody in the world. You see, meditation is one of the worst techniques that people are preaching. You see, if it were not for the fact that Ashoka, one of the great emperors of India,
the guy who
used it
pillars,
as an instrument of power, both Christianity, Islam, and Buddhism have become the instruments of power. This is what I tell very often to
So
the
they
people.
have become the banner for worldly powers,
Yeah.
but claiming they were a
Yes,
spiritual movement.
exactly. At that time, the religious
Okay.
thing was
does
the
that-
only instrument we had. Now you have political ideologies. Why you killed so many hundreds and thousands of people
And cows.
preaching, love thy neighbor as thyself. How many men, women, and children have been killed? And all the political ideologies you enforce on the world only through the instrument of power and violence. Even
So
I told
can we do
Gandhi,
something about it?
even when I met Gandhi, I told him, more people have been killed in the name of non-violence than violence. He himself admitted when his movements ended up in violence and killing of so many men, women, and children. You see, he admitted and announced to the wide world that he committed a Himalayan blunder. But a few months after, he started another organization, another movement, and killed so many people. When I pointed out that he didn't quite understand what I meant when I said both violence and non-violence spring from the same source. Of course, Indians had no weapons to fight the British Empire at that time. So that was the instrument of an impotent man who had no power to challenge the power that was entrenched there.
So
in
you
that
say that
country.
comes from the same basic instinct, which is like the lust for influence.
Yes, influence. So why bother hanging around me? You are not going to get anything because there is nothing to get. Nothing to get, nothing to change.
I see the greed. You see nothing. You can't listen. You don't talk all that nonsense to me. You see nothing there. You don't even see this. This will finish you.
When I see the
You see nothing. You are empty words. You are repeating memorized empty phrases and words, sir. That's all that you are doing. Whatever is put in like a tape recorder, you are repeating everything that is there. Put in there, that's all. You see that. How can you see? You have never seen anything in your life, I tell you. Never.
But one thing I can say with certainty is that the very thing that I searched all my life was shattered to pieces, and I said to myself, the self-realization, God-realization, transformation, radical or otherwise, or even enlightenment, there is nothing there to be realized, nothing there to be found there. The very demand to be free from anything, even from the physical needs of the body, just disappeared. And I was left with nothing. And whatever comes out of me depends upon what you draw out of me. So I have actually and factually nothing to communicate, because there is no communication possible. The answers that those people, the wise men, have given you are not really the answers. And so if they were the answers, there wouldn't be any question there. The fact that you keep asking this question all the time means that they are not the answers. Supposing I give you an answer, you will repeat this. Nature has no use for your culture, no use for our ideas, no use for your religious thinking, no use for gods. The nature wants your body to recycle. I'm sorry to say that.
I cannot agree completely.
You cannot
I
agree
think
because
that
it's frightening that is that all after 80 years of my life
I think that
discussing these very profound questions for 61 years, the usefulness of this body is only for nature, which is interested in recycling this body. There must be something more than that. Come on, Mr. Artalani. You can just go out,
take care.
walk, do something more significant.
To discuss about those things is for me very interesting. I had hope that I can realize before my death something real of that, but they was only words, words and words. Also now, I am this conviction.
In the moment.
No, there is no moment, there is no
There's
now,
no
there's
time, no
nothing.
place.
Don't introduce that.
Okay,
Well, in a way,
The now is here. You tell me something about now. Don't listen to all
Yes.
that crap. The present is here now. There is no such thing as present. There is no such thing as now. Here and now. Moment does not exist.
it doesn't.
Doesn't exist. Tell me now. The moment is here.
That's what I'm trying to
Now is here. If you say I am trying to
Yeah.
find out, that's the past.
That's the past.
Finish. So that is why I say it is easy for us to get along with a selfish man like me, because it is here that he will understand that I cannot get away with my selfishness. You understand?
So is it right
So
to say the
you
false-
say that you are a selfless man. You are not a selfless man. You are going to be a selfless man. Tomorrow, until then, you will remain worse than a selfish man like me. Huh? So there can't be any relationship between you and me. What are you and who are you?
Well, that's what I don't
who
know.
are you is
That's what I don't know.
No, listen.
I don't know that. That's why I'm here.
No, who are
because
you?
I feel you know who you are.
I'm-
I feel you know who you are. I feel that I don't know who I am. I see you as a bridge between ignorance and some kind of mystical, esoteric, secret knowledge that will reveal to me who innermost I am. Right? That's what I feel.
Let me frankly tell you that I don't have any mystical, esoteric, what other words?
Esoteric,
Esoteric,
secret knowledge.
No. Sorry, I don't have any such thing. I don't know anything about those things. What all I know is what I have been taught and memorized. So I am nothing but a memory.
Mechanical.
Mechanical.
Not organic, not.
Organic also is mechanical. What brought you here will certainly take you somewhere else. I will not be hurt tomorrow if you find some persuasive speaker more intelligent than I am telling you something, and if you fall for it, I will be happy. I'm telling you. I will not be hurt. Not at all. So what brings you here will certainly take you somewhere. If you asked me, are you alive? Sure, I am alive because I am told by those people who claim that they know how a living organism is functioning. So I repeat the same knowledge, apply that to this and tell you that I am alive, very much alive. But when once that description is over, what is left there is something which can never be experienced by me or by anybody. So how can I say that I am alive, and how can I say when I am dead that I am dead? So for this body, since it cannot experience the living thing that you are talking about, it cannot experience death. Death can never be experienced. Never. You can't look for something or search for something that you do not know. You already know what you are looking for. You say that you are looking for something you do not know. You can't look for anything that which you do not know. You can't ask for anything that which you do not know. You know.
So then why you are searching, why you are seeking? Why don't you stick with? See, what you know does not operate in your life. It has no relevance to the way you are functioning. That's really the crux of the problem. And if you continue to go on with that, it's because of the hope that somehow, it's going to be a reality in your life. It's going to be a fact of your existence. Or somebody, see.
There is no such thing as objectivity at all. Everything is subjective. Even in my case, it is subjective. When Yuji is there, all his prejudices, personal likes, dislikes, predilections, everything is there. No such thing as an unconditioned mind. Conditioning will not go, but conditioning cannot influence your actions. You see, it cannot be separated, you see. Stimulus and response is one unitary movement. It is not that nonsense they talk, oneness of life, unity of life. You cannot be separated from what you are looking at. You see, unless you know what you are looking at, you cannot say that that is a tree. The physical eye does not see that as a round tree. It is flat because it is focused on only one side. If you say that the tree is round, it is born out of your imagination here, not the tree is round. You can take me there, take me round and show that it is round. All that is useless. The physical eye, I am sitting here, it sees the tree as flat. Everything, all that is like, you see the painting there. There is no depth there, no matter who says what. The physical eye, I am talking about the physical eye, can not see the depth at all. You see, you are sitting in front, all those, you see that frame, it doesn't see, it's all one. You see the trees there in the back. It is very close. You cannot say that that is far away from the window.
What about the concept of distance, sir?
It's all, distance is only measurements.
If you can't see the depth, how can you walk safely, sir? You'll fall
When you
down.
go there, no, you will not fall. The body is more intelligent. It knows how to protect itself. There, you see, you move away from the wall. Not sit here and say that the wall is there, you are going to hit your head.
That's what we do.
Nothing is there. Only when you are there, automatically you turn.
We are going to decide.
Like a water flowing, there is a rock, either it flows over or sideways. That is how all your actions are. That Madonna's last prayer and the other fellow cannibals, she drives me crazy. You heard of that?
She drives you crazy?
That's the song.
Oh, that's the song.
Oh, I also thought.
Because that man Roy Orbison is dead.
Yeah.
Whatever you need, you got it. Every individual in this world is that you want to be happy without even one moment of happiness. That is just not possible. You have to take my word. If you don't want to take my word, it is just fine with me. I do not know what happiness is like, so I can never be unhappy. So I don't have any way of telling myself this is me. What are you? You tell me, what are you? If I throw this question at you, who are you? First of all, this idiotic question rises because you think that there is something more than what you know who you are. Otherwise, you wouldn't ask that question.
Something
more than.
Right, yeah,
First of all, tell me what you are. Who you are. I don't know which is the correct.
I have no answer.
No answer. Then why you are breaking your head to find out who you are? And that starts the whole business. You see, the assumption that there is something there, you have to know that there is another I other than the I you know of.
How much the influence of thoughts like superior, inferior, higher, lower, possessions, getting, having, all of these concepts are influencing the situation in this world.
You want me to answer that?
Sure. That's the question.
They are not going to be of any help to you to solve your problems, much less the problems of the world, except to brag about that you know a lot more than others.
You don't even know where
Because
you are.
look, I was born in ignorance.
No, that you don't repeat all.
Well, how can you not say that? Because this is my condition, this is what I feel.
You are saying so many things which are not true. In your case,
how can you speak?
You are making assertions.
I come to see you, right? I feel...
You have come to the wrong man.
I've come to see you, I say to you, please, I'm ignorant. Advise me on how I go from the darkness into the light. That's all I'm asking.
Yes, see. First of all, you have come to the wrong man.
But that's a cop-out.
Not a cop-out.
He has forgotten it. So if you say you've got some kind of knowledge, that's the knowledge that I want to hear. Simply because I feel that that knowledge can liberate me from ignorance.
I tell you that the knowledge is the one that is responsible for your ignorance.
Right.
And that knowledge cannot be any help to you to free yourself or liberate yourself from ignorance. So you want to know more and more and more and more. It's not going to lead you anywhere. If there is somebody in this world who will help you to free yourself from ignorance, you are most welcome. I don't even want to say good luck to you. You are not going to get anything. I am not selling you anything.
Is it that simple? It is that simple, I tell you. It is so simple.
What you mean by meaning? Why are you looking for a meaning? Why should there be any? Why should there be any meaning? What for? You obviously don't see any meaning in your life. Everything you do seems absolutely meaningless to you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be interested in trying to find out a meaning. No? You replace one how with another how. That's all. That is what you mean by life, I think. Is how to live. Living is the problem, not life. Life, we really don't know anything about life. So what we call life is the one that makes the body respond to these things, stimuli, Body is responding. There is pulse, there is beat, there is throb. Those things stop, then what you call the clinical death takes place.
You are always trying, you see, to free yourself from the illusion. What is the illusion? The illusion is that you can do something to be free from illusion. Mm-hmm. What is it that you are doing to free yourself from illusion? You accept that, you see, there is an illusion there. From then on, you are trying to replace it with another illusion. We come to that. Why? Why you go anywhere? Why do you listen to anybody? Why do you read any book? What for do you do it?
To realize it.
The purpose?
Yes.
What purpose?
Well,
I'm telling you that there is no purpose at all. Purpose, no meaning, no purpose for life. And you have been for centuries brainwashed to believe that there is a meaning, that there is a purpose. Huh? Obviously you don't feel that there is any purpose. You are not living the life. You see, you want to find a meaning, a purpose for your life. You don't see any meaning, you don't see any purpose. You are not satisfied with your living. You are not satisfied with what you are doing. You are not satisfied with your relationships. You are very unhappy. Huh? Maybe you have some moments of happiness. What are you looking for? What are you searching? What do you want? Tell me. It's your problem. It's not my problem. It's your life. What brings you here will take you somewhere else. You see.
Reality does not exist.
So it's too hard for us to believe that.
What nonsense it is you are talking. I am not an enlightened man in the sense in which you use that word. Not in any sense. There is no such thing as enlightenment. They cannot talk of love, compassion at all. You can fool yourself. I am not interested in freeing you from your foolishness. Why should I? I am not interested at all. You have described me as a debunker, throwing all those questions at this debunker, such questions which people have been asking for centuries, is a reflection on your intelligence.
Well, maybe I'm not intelligent. That's
Not intelligent enough, but are you really interested in finding out the answers for those questions?
Greed. You preach against greed. I'm sorry to point out this to you because you harangue, give discourses on how to be free from greed. Are you free from greed? No. Do you want to be free from greed? No. No. Why the hell you are asking me to be? I'm sorry to spotlight and put you in that spotlight. Right? So you tell me.
Yeah.
You see, I don't know if there is any such thing as greed. If there is a greed, it is operating here, this moment in you. I don't like to use that word bastard. You are the greediest bastard at this moment. And I'm using this only to drive home to you. My guru is...
He's watching.
He's
watching you.
So you think that I have something, which you want. If there is money, you can rob me and take the money away. Something there. But here, your assumption that I have something, that I am functioning differently, that I am this, that, and the other, you want to be like me. If that is not greed, what else is it? And if you want for any reason, she is laughing.
She knows I'm greedy.
You see, when are you going to be free from greed?
Should be 100%.
Who are you, sir? Who are you? Are you the channel for that life energy?
If life doesn't heal.
That life that has created this whole universe, do you mean to say it cannot heal itself and it needs your help?
It needs nobody's help.
Nobody's help. It does not think suffering as part of that, you see. It is transforming itself, shifting, reshuffling atoms. It's all one unit.
It doesn't think
It's your
something-
cry. The life, if it has any way of healing itself, it will heal. If it cannot, there is no healing for the body. There is no disease, no malady here. You call it. You define health, and these jokers come and sell homeopathy, allopathy. You are paranoid. You see, you don't even let that, you see, body to take care of itself for 5 days. If you touch fire, it burns. Not one single exception. Whether you are a child or a saint or an innocent man, regardless of any of that situation, you are burnt. That is nature's law. Anybody who is at peace with himself will not ask anybody to be free, to be at peace. That you can be certain. Anybody who is free, if there is one, he will never want anybody else to be free, because the very demand to be free is absent. There was only one honest fellow in the history of mankind. When they gave hemlock, he just drank it and went away. Socrates. They are not destroyed. Where Greek civilization was destroyed, not that fellow.
I can tell you, I have been everywhere in the world. Human nature is exactly the same. And we all speak the same language with different accents. That's all. I don't find any difference. But we have very strange ideas. The British are very difficult to become friends.
Yeah,
Once they become your friends, they are friends for your life.
I see. That's true.
In America, they are very friendly the moment you leave.
Yeah.
You see that their lives are as miserable, if not more miserable than yours. Don't believe them. They have the same problems. Those who are talking of angels, talking to gods, taking walks with gods, or they themselves are gods. If you see, you somehow place your confidence in those people. You believe them. But you see, if you closely, they are, you see, not easily accessible to you. They are people who are very aloof. If you don't know, have you ever watched those people? They never mix with you. They don't want to be caught. You see, they don't want to be caught, you see, at all. So if you see them very closely, if you have an opportunity and access to them, you will be surprised. You are compared to them a saint. True. Yes. True. So they are not free from the things you want to be free. Don't review this.
Don't review this.
Don't try to put it on paper. No. Don't talk about it to somebody else.
How do you know that we are going to review
You are going to do it.
Yes, that's how do you know?
I know that. Jayasri will ask, what did you do? Somebody will ask.
I will ask also. I will
compare notes.
Or whatever recollections I have, I tell, right correction.
Your recording is distortion.
Oh my goodness.
Even what I am telling about my past events in life is colored by, where I am today.
Present.
Yes, so that is all false.
My goodness.
So that's why there is no biography.
It's a terrible statement you are making.
So all biography is false, fake.
See, both dramatic, it's a very dramatic statement.
It is beyond intelligence to...
No.
Intelligence, don't think intelligence. You are very right, sir.
Yes, assuming for a moment that no outside agency can help you, do you think that you can help yourself?
No, also then.
And helping is always in the direction of something, you see, some achievement and some attainment. Mm-hmm. So my question is there anything to be attained? So that is more important than whether somebody can help you or not, or whether you yourself can find out the way.
Nothing there. There is no such thing. Listen, there is no such thing as objectivity at all in this world. Only subjectivity.